Yeah, hey, what's up?
Bro, what's up, bro?
I'm the stock guy, and you were my recommended from my chat asking me to get a fix on this situation with the market. I deal with markets and I deal with this stuff, but I don't understand CS skins. I've never played CS before, and I don't understand how this works. Could you give me like you're talking to your grandparents' understanding of the CS skin market?
Okay, I can keep it very, very simple. How much do you know about CS? Like, nothing, like how it actually works.
I haven't. The last time I think I was in a lobby once and somebody called me a dumb, degenerate, old ass piece of shit. Blank, 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 and get good, you fucking retard. And then I never played again. So that's all I really know.
Okay. Welcome to Counter-Strike. I can keep it very, very simple. Okay, so what happened, brother, is imagine prices were basically determined by return on investment. I don't know if you're watching the stream.
I am.
But as you can see on this site, every single case comes with different skins and different knives, right? And it's gambling. It's never profitable because if it was profitable, it's free money. Does it, like, you get me?
Yeah.
So if I click on a random case, right, as you can see here, it's just gambling, right? You open the case, and as you can see here, case costs $5, the key costs $2.50. So open this once.
So what makes them valuable? I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm like why are they valuable? Is it because other people can see it and they know you have it, so it looks cool, or is it just because you're trying to like resell it?
So in game, as you can see here, you got all these skins, and you play the game, right? You're playing the game anyway, but you can have these skins, and these skins have no skin has like makes you play better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They're literally just virtual skins, but some have different animations, but that's it. The reason why they have a price is, again, like I said, to open this case once is $7.50, and in order to hit this knife, sorry about my voice, you have to open about 375. So if I simulate this right now, okay, as you can see here, this is fake unboxing, okay? If I open 500 cases here, boom, you can see down here, okay, I just spent $4,000 and made 4,400 total, and I just hit a free 2.4K knife.
So it's like NFTs.
Very like, the idea of a skin might be, but cases is not an NFT. Cases is just gambling. Like I'm not big into NFTs, but like imagine like an NFT has a certain supply. You can always create supply here. Does that make sense?
But you don't physically own the skin, right?
Yes and no. You own it, but of course, like it's not like an NFT. Like it's still Valve. Like they could ban you. They could change it. Does that make sense?
Well, okay. That's like the issuer of the NFT could just disappear. I understand what you're saying. Okay, so now basically it's just because I understand how a market works, right? Like how this market works, supply and demand, and people trying to chase value. I'm trying to understand why they're valuable. Like it's just because it costs people so much money to try to get them that's what gives it value, because it doesn't give you any advantage in the game. People can't even see it really because they're getting shot in the face. So what gives these skins value?
It is purely. I'll give you a really good example. Give me a sec.
It's like an NFT, right? Like if there's like the more rare it was, the more valuable people were, willing to spend it, even though it wasn't actually an actual hard asset. It was a non-tangible or non-fungible.
Yeah. So I'll keep it very, very simple. So you hear this is for example just a random karambit. Okay, this is a knife. As you can see, since it came out in 2015, I'm in pounds, but it started at 280 pounds. Okay, and the easiest way to explain it is as more players have come in, there's the supply, the demand for these skins has been faster than the supply you can create, because they're hard to unbox, right? They're hard to unbox. Basically, the price just naturally, all of this is natural demand. This is just natural demand. During COVID as well, 2020, big increase because people were stuck indoors. It's just natural demand. The reason why this is the biggest crash and update we've ever had is this is determined. Okay, so the easiest way to explain it is think about the case, right? In order to get this, you have to gamble. And when you do gamble, again, if I show you, you're not determined that exact knife. So as you can see, it's a 1 in 391 to open one of these gloves. And in this case is all these gloves. And you could get, look here, this glove, which is only worth $100. You could also get this glove, which is worth $56. It's all like...
I understand. So it's just a simple supply and demand. There's no actual value or asset or anything that's actually of value. It's just simple supply and demand. And people are basically just gambling that they're going to get something that they can resell for a higher value because there's nothing they can actually use.
Yeah, that's so basically it was also so supply and demand. The demand was increasing every single time in this game. That's why price naturally went up, and it was backed because it was rare. It was hard to get. The reason why this has crashed is because you can trade up to it now. What that basically means is, do you see these red skins up here?
Yeah, no,
These skins up here?
I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. I just
Yeah.
wanted to kind of get like an idea. Like I see the people in the chat that are like defending it to the death. They remind me of the altcoin maxis. But no, okay, so I get that. So the reason I called you though is I was like, can you explain to me like what happened? So basically, what I told my chat told me is that basically they made it a way that you could just make more of them. So kind of like diluting it. So now the rarity's gone because you can just make more. And they said get somebody who plays this to explain it. So could you explain? Give me an
Okay, so
explain.
so it's same way I explained it, right? The case, like the whole thing is originally the case, right? So not only can you get these max wins, the golds, you can get these bad skins, right? And imagine, okay, it's there's a thing called trade ups, and it looks like this in game, and you can do 10 skins into the higher rarity. So as you can see here, if you delete 10 blues, you can get 1 purple, and 10 purples equal 1 pink. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
like a
you could,
burn rate. Gotcha.
yeah, exactly. But you could never trade it. You could only go from blue to red. You could never go up to a gold. So the gold was purely fixed by gambling the case. And what they've done is not only make it so you can now trade up the reds, right? You can also, the big thing, which is the main reason why a lot of people think they wanted it to crash, all of these, look, are 10 skins. 10 skins, right? But for the coverts, they've made it so it's only 5 skins, and you can send this trade up right now. So what does this also mean? Because for what 10, 15 years, you could never trade the red to the yellow. Reds naturally were super cheap. You would often find the pinks more expensive than the bad reds. If that, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So what happened is, if I show you this thing, this is you can formulate a trade up. If I show you what happened is, if you wanted a cool play skin like this, it was expensive, $200. But when the update came out, we saw all of these bad skins were $4, $3. So when the update first hit, you literally had a market of $3, and suddenly you could spend what, $15 and get 2,000 knives, 10,000 knives. So it was literally
nice. Okay, I get it
Does that
now.
make
I get
sense?
it. Okay.
So now, in the past 10 hours, you can see these $3 skins have now naturally crept up to 33, 4, like to try and as these skins have like gone up in price. If I show you right now, look, for example, this one, right? Before this update, $2. The API is kind of fucked, $2. And as you can see here, for years, this has been just flat, £1, £1. And look what happened right now. It has gone from £1 to £30.
Okay, no,
So
so I get it. So it wasn't so much that people could do their own or whatever. It's just basically that you used to have to grind to get these cheaper items, and then it took a bunch of them to upgrade to a expensive item. But now they made that item so readily available that you could just easily upgrade right away without having to use more to upgrade.
Yeah, it's what separated knives and gloves to the skins.
I shouldn't say grind. I should just say pay for it. That was the wrong word. So you used to have to spend a lot of money to upgrade to more money. Now you can spend less money to do the same upgrade, so it just decreases the value.
No, not really. It's like, yeah. So there's all this. The skins already exist. Does that make sense? Like these skins already exist, and you could always trade up to any skin you wanted. But what separated the golds, the knives and the gloves, which you could see in game here, is it was purely cases. So like you need to understand like the reason why golds and knives and gloves are really, really expensive is, just work it out. Let's say it's like $7 to open one case, and on paper you should hit 1 in 391 cases, which means to hit a gold on one case you have to pay 3K. So you pay a very high premium for the opportunity at a gold, but the gold could also be $50. So this gamble, this high buy-in, kept the golds separate from these prices. Are you understanding that part?
Yeah, I'm used. I usually need a whiteboard, but yeah, no, I got you. Okay, so basically, it is a type of a dilution. So something that was just rare became very common, and so that basically you're crashing the market because it's some supply and demand because it used to be expensive to buy it, now it's cheap to buy it, and so it dilutes everything, right?
Yeah, there was a really good tweet I can show you, done by this guy Frankfurter. So he basically worked out that in the entire supply, there is 5 to 8 million golds in existence, right? And he basically said, in theory, if you were to trade up every single skin from all the way from the blue, like every skin, you were to delete every single skin in the game, which in theory is impossible, it would only add 2x to the total knife supply. So what that basically means is that there is a cap on it. There is a cap, and this is on paper. This would never actually work. So what it basically means is if the supply theoretically could only ever increase 1.5x to 2x, it could only theoretically, the price drop by half. What we're seeing, the reason why some skins have dropped 75% is the initial panic sell. A lot of people, because it's a video game and it's not like a crypto market, a lot of people who are in this, like I asked chat, a lot of people say their CS inventory is 90% of their net worth.
So what I'm
Does that make
hearing
sense?
then is this is a big F up on their part. They're gonna have to come out and fix this. Everybody's panic selling, buy the dip.
No, because they won't fix it. They won't fix it. What's happened? What's happened, brother, is for the past year we have gone through market manipulation, pumping a lot of people. So Valve basically sat there saying you understand crypto, right? It can't
Yeah.
keep going, especially with this. It can't keep going up. They had like in order
Careful,
to gain a
careful.
dollar,
My
it needs to
crypto
lose a
people are
dollar.
about to go nuts when you said it can't keep
Oh,
going up.
sorry.
Calm down. Calm down. No, don't get me in trouble.
Okay. Do you understand the theory of like, for someone to win, somebody has to lose. To earn a dollar, you have to, to make a dollar, you take someone's dollar. Does that kind of make sense? What I'm trying to say is a lot of accounts. Chat, can someone link me an account with just like what was happening is because there's a limited supply. A lot of people were mass buying, so they owned like 10% of the supply of just one individual, 10% of the supply of just one.
Real quick,
skin.
let me ask my chat something. Is this basically like a stock offering, guys? Kind of a similar thing, like where a company has they just dilute their shares, open it like put more out there, or am I missing this? No, it's like a reverse split. Yeah, but that would be consolidating. All right, man, I'm trying to think. I don't want to get this wrong. So you pay more money for these reds, right? But now they've made the reds so cheap that it basically everybody who paid more for it earlier is out of money because now the same thing that they spent a lot of money for is significantly less expensive.
No,
I'm still missing it.
No.
Get this cuck
Okay,
off. I love it. You gotta love it. I just want to say,
Okay.
and it's not on you. I appreciate that your chat is the way they are because it reminds me of a CS lobby. So I feel like I'm immersion right now.
Yeah, bro, don't worry. Okay, easy way to explain it, okay? Do you see this random person, random Chinese account? He has 977 of just this skin. So the past year, as you can see here, do you see for the last 10 years, it has literally been, this is just natural growth from 17 all the way to 30. You get up periods, you get down periods of people going on summertime. But here, what has happened is that a lot of people have entered the market, especially crypto people. In China, it's one of the most unregulated markets. A lot of people have just mass bought. So as you can see, in under a month, it goes from 36 to 400, a 13x. Okay. The problem with this is the average, the little Timmy who's 16 and lives down the road in Michigan, right? He can't buy this little skin. Remember, at the end of the day, it's a video game, right? He can't buy it at 400, but he can buy it at 32. So little Timmy leaves the market because he doesn't want to buy at this premium. So these guys have to liquidate, and nobody is willing to buy at this peak besides these guys. So it was basically two options for the Counter-Strike market. It was prices just keep going up and up and up, and eventually these type of people will just dump on little Timmy, and little Timmy loses money. Or it was Valve make a way to fix the market. It's just changed it.
Okay, so like
All they've
exit
done-
liquidity, basically there was consolidation. Like the whales basically owned all of it. There was no one to sell it to. Panic selling happened. They had to liquidate on the way down and capitulated, and basically it crashed.
I'm gonna be real. I don't understand half these crypto terms.
That's not crypto. That's
I think
just financial. Like the housing market did the same thing in 2008. Like stock market in every crash.
the easiest. Yeah, I'm trying to like.
Dude loves his
Okay,
buzzwords.
easiest
No,
way to
no, I
explain-
understand that these words are too much for some of the guys in your chat. No, I'm not trying to like. I'm really trying to understand this because it's just new to me, and I understand different markets. So I'm trying to do the thing where you kind of like compare something to what you understand, so you can kind of like make it feel that way. But I'm not. Maybe it's just because I'm a boomer. Probably because I'm a boomer. I'm just not. I'm not getting it. Like I feel like it's a supply and demand issue. There was consolidation. Everybody bought up a limited rare thing. It caused the price to go up because they just held. There was limited amount in the market, so it made obviously the prices go up. And then what was the catalyst that caused this?
Bro, it's just the past year, the market has been just going up and up and up. The easiest way I can explain it, let me try and explain it one more time. So the reason why the knives was because all the skins could be traded up to, right? The knives were special. It's the whole aspect of the gold. You could not get the only way you could do it was through unboxing it. So as you can see, this case costs $42. This case costs $10. So all the golds from this case were worth more. So there's all different things. But the reason why it kept going up is because you couldn't trade up to these golds.
Oh, I totally get the understanding of why the value went up. I'm saying what the update? How did the update? What was the update, and why was that the catalyst for the sell-off? I think that's what my real question was.
Wait. I actually think I have the perfect person to speak to, by the way. Ruffle, are you here? There's a guy who would fully be able to explain it like for you, if that makes sense. Is Ruffle here?
To all the people over there that think that I'm stupid
Yes.
trying to figure this out, it's like if you were trying to understand a new like equities market, you've never been in the stock market before, and trying to understand like why your shares went up or down. I'm like legitimately trying to figure this out. So I really appreciate you taking the time, and like I'm learning a lot while we're doing this. I just don't want to take all your time from your stream either. But
No. This guy can really explain it to you in like 5 minutes. Do you have Discord?
Yeah, I have Discord.
Like, could you add me?
I can't add anybody on Discord.
Ooh, can you join it like a server?
If you send me an invite or a direct message or a call, I can do it, but it won't. Discord won't let me to add any more people.
Okay, what's your Discord called?
I'm the stock guy, just literally the stock guy. Yeah, as much as it's painful for everyone trying to listen to us exchange this and talk about this, it's actually very enlightening for me, and I actually like to learn new things. So I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, you're here.
Oh, okay, talk to me.
So my understanding is I heard this conversation 2 minutes ago. You're trying to understand why the market crashed instantly. That's where we're at, right?
Yeah, like I understand, market crashes from different standpoints, like whether it's the Tulip Mania.
I have a very good analogy for this. So diamond market, yeah? We can now farm diamonds inside of a lab. Imagine that for the last decade of CS, we've exclusively been able to mine diamonds, but now instantaneously overnight, you're now able to farm diamonds and grow them in a lab. You have the immediate price action that comes with growing diamonds instead of mining them, because something that is impossible in nature to find, or at least very rare in nature to find, is something that you can now fabricate. You can now manufacture that. That's the equivalent of what's happened, except it's happened instantaneously rather than this being technology that's developed over a decade.
Okay, so that's what I was asking earlier. Yeah, like was this update just basically it's a supply and demand issue? Basically, now that people can create their own, or whatever the reasoning was, is it now it's just that there's just so much more of them, so the value just instantaneously basically collapses.
I would attribute the collapse more to a confidence issue as opposed to just a supply issue.
Okay.
So the actual supply, it's more people's perception of this change is so substantial. This is ground shaking in terms of the scale of this. It's unprecedented. It's the first time that Valve have made such a unilateral decision like this. So the consequences are, okay, this is a huge shift in terms of what Valve is willing to do. So it's more people's consumer confidence shifting away. The actual increase in supply itself is less substantial. It's more the fear of where this can go. Although it's a significant increase in supply, but not enough to But there's an increase in maybe 3% in the total number of knives that have been
so it's
added
not
to
so much the
existing.
actual supply, it's the change that Valve made is making people lose confidence that they might make changes like this, similar or worse changes in the future, and therefore the confidence in the holding power of the value of these skins is basically evaporating right now.
That, but there will also be the update means that without a doubt there will be an increase in supply. If in the past there was an addition, there's a very rare knife. It's called a butterfly emerald. Typically, you'd expect to see maybe 15, 20 new ones exist every month. That number is now going to be closer to maybe 30. So a 20 to 30% increase in the additional supply every month, but a 50% decrease in prices, if not more. I think it's down 70%, something
Combination
like
of dilution and consumer confidence being wiped out.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Plus,
then. Okay.
you also have liquidity issues where essentially this market, if you sell an item, you have to wait approximately a week to actually get the cash, which means that a lot of buyers who sell something don't have the cash on hand to buy it for a week. We had a liquidity crisis like this a couple of weeks back. Once they added this very specific function called the trade reversal. There's a lot that goes into this, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, like you said, like consumer confidence, somewhat of a dilution, and then just capitulation. Just basically people that were holding on, that were bag holding, that are like, oh crap, starting to sell, and it's like, oh, I better get out before I lose too much money, which causes more sellers and just a race to the bottom.
Yeah. It's also worth noting that some of these knives are up, 100% in the last year. So we are at the peak of a bull run, and these are these massive crashes in prices are bringing us back to prices that were, this is what this stuff cost a year ago.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that kind of, you put it in like simple caveman terms for me. All right. So that makes sense. All right. All right. Well, at least I understand now. Now I got to go and I got to do a whiteboard on the Tulip Mania crash because I brought that up and people are asking me what that is. So I'm gonna have to whiteboard what happened in the Netherlands 500 years ago. But no, I really appreciate both you guys taking the time.
You're gonna have to. It's a little bit more complicated.
No.
Than that. Don't
It is.
compare
I'm
it
just
to
saying
Tulip.
that
This is like an established market, man.
Now you don't have to. Don't get offended. I wasn't comparing the two. I said I brought that up earlier, and somebody was asking, and it gave me an idea for my. I like to do historical whiteboards. No, I appreciate you guys pick up the call. I called a few people that I know earlier, and they just got mad at me because I didn't even give them a warning. It's like, hey, here's a call, and Summit told me I was shut up. I'm annoying, and Moxie said to go away because he was busy. So appreciate you guys taking the time to help a boomer out with this because I like to understand a market before I look at it, and people were talking about it all morning, so I didn't have an answer, and I've got somewhat of understanding now. So appreciate you guys.